Hey there, Skywatchers. Get ready for an unforgettable night under the stars. On the evening of March 13th and into the early hours of March 14th, a breathtaking celestial event will unfold in the skies across North and South America. A full lunar eclipse, also known as a blood moon. If you've never witnessed one of these magical moments before, you're in for a treat. Imagine the moon, glowing in its full glory, slowly being transformed into a deep, mysterious shade of red as it passes through the Earth's shadow. It's a spectacle that has fascinated and mesmerized people for thousands of years, and you're about to experience it for yourself. As the moon slides into the shadow cast by Earth, it will glow in a striking, eerie red hue, often referred to as the blood moon. This isn't just a random color change. It's the result of sunlight filtering through Earth's atmosphere and bending around the planet. The shorter blue and green wavelengths of light scatter away, while the longer red wavelengths make their way to the moon, giving it that distinctive crimson glow. It's like the moon is getting a beautiful, soft coat of red paint, and it's all because of the way Earth's atmosphere interacts with sunlight. What makes this lunar eclipse especially exciting is its duration. It's going to last for an impressive 65 minutes of totality. This is not just a fleeting moment. This is an extended opportunity to witness one of nature's most beautiful phenomena in all its glory. The last time we saw an eclipse of this length was on November 8th, 2022, and it became famous not only because of the intense colors it displayed, but also because it set a record for the longest lunar eclipse visible from most of North America since 1989. That eclipse marked a moment that many skywatchers will never forget. If you missed it, now's your chance to catch another total lunar eclipse that promises to be just as breathtaking. The great thing about a total lunar eclipse is that it's completely safe to watch with the naked eye. Unlike a solar eclipse, where protective glasses are a must to avoid damaging your eyes, you can look directly at the moon during the eclipse without any special equipment. You just need a clear view of the sky, and you're all set. There's no need for complicated gear or technology. Just step outside, look up, and watch in awe as the moon undergoes this mesmerizing transformation. But you might be wondering, what exactly causes the moon to turn that striking red color during a lunar eclipse? The answer is all about light. When the Earth passes between the sun and the moon, it casts a shadow on the moon's surface. This shadow is made up of two parts: the umbra, the darkest part, and the penumbra, the lighter part. When the moon enters the Earth's umbra during a total lunar eclipse, it's completely covered by Earth's shadow. As sunlight passes through the Earth's atmosphere, it bends and scatters, but the red light manages to filter through and illuminate the moon. This is why the moon takes on that mesmerizing red glow, giving us that iconic blood moon effect. The alignment of the sun, Earth, and moon is crucial for this event to take place. A lunar eclipse only happens when the moon is perfectly aligned with the Earth and sun, and it only occurs during a full moon. But here's the catch. The moon's orbit is slightly tilted relative to Earth's orbit around the sun, so most of the time, the moon either passes above or below the Earth's shadow. This means that lunar eclipses don't happen with every full moon. It's only on rare occasions, when the positions are just right, that the moon will slip into the Earth's shadow and create the stunning lunar eclipse we all love to watch. Total lunar eclipses are truly special because they offer a rare chance to witness such a powerful celestial event. When everything aligns perfectly and the shadow of the Earth envelops the moon, it's as though nature is putting on a grand show just for you. The deep red color, the sense of wonder, and the peacefulness of the night sky come together in a way that's hard to replicate. Whether you're a seasoned sky watcher or a first-timer, This eclipse is something you'll want to mark on your calendar. It's not just a moment of beauty, it's a chance to connect with the universe, to marvel at the intricate dance of celestial bodies, and to share a magical experience with others. So, don't miss out. The lunar eclipse on March 13th and 14th will be an experience you won't forget. Make sure you're ready to watch this extraordinary event, and as always, subscribe to our channel for regular updates and more space news. We'll keep you in the loop with all the latest info on upcoming celestial events. Get ready to witness the beauty of the night sky like never before. Unlike a solar eclipse, which can only be viewed from a certain part of the planet, a lunar eclipse may be seen from any point on Earth as long as the moon is seen to be above the horizon at the time of the eclipse. This is because a solar eclipse is only visible from a specific region of the planet. As a result, it is considerably less difficult to keep track of what is taking place. One of the most fascinating aspects of this phenomena is the fact that the moon takes on a deep red or coppery tint while it is in the midst of a total lunar eclipse. A blood moon is a term that is sometimes used to describe this phenomenon. The occurrence of this phenomenon might be attributed to the Rayleigh scattering phenomenon, as well as the air refraction phenomenon. As sunlight passes through the atmosphere of the Earth, shorter wavelengths that are bluer in color are dispersed in all directions. This is parallel to the way that these wavelengths are scattered during the dawn and sunset hours. On the other hand, the longer wavelengths, which are mostly red and orange, are bent or refracted into the umbra by the atmosphere of the Earth. After that, the moon is lighted by this filtered light, which gives it a hue that is somewhere between brown and red. Depending on the amount of dust, pollution, or volcanic ash that is present in the atmosphere of the Earth at any given time, it is possible for the specific shade of red to vary. This is caused by the fact that the atmosphere is always changing. There is a possibility that the moon may take on a dark red or even brown hue when there is a significant amount of particles present in the atmosphere. If the atmosphere surrounding the moon is clear, it is conceivable that the moon will seem to have a vivid orange color around it. If you were to be standing on the moon during a total lunar eclipse, you would be able to see a spectacle that is really stunning. From your vantage point, you would be able to see a deep red Earth that was surrounded by a shimmering ring of orange and red light. You would view this planet rather than a cloudy sky if you were to turn around. From this vantage point, one may see all of the sunrises and sunsets that are taking place concurrently on Earth. These images are projected around the perimeter of the world throughout the course of a number of hours. Throughout the length of the whole event, the sun would gradually sink behind the Earth and then surface again, marking the commencement of the entire event. Due to the fact that the Earth is blocking the surface of the moon from receiving direct sunlight, the temperature on the moon's surface would drop by a substantial amount. It is possible for the surface of the moon to swiftly go from being very hot at temperatures exceeding 220 degrees Fahrenheit, when it is exposed to indirect sunlight, to being extremely cold at temperatures below 100 degrees Fahrenheit, when it is in the shadow. This is because the moon does not have an atmosphere that can retain heat. This significant change has the potential to generate minute cracks on the surface of the moon. This is because rocks expand and contract as a consequence of differences in temperature. As a result of fluctuations in temperature, rocks expand and contract. The next lunar eclipse is scheduled to take place on March 14th, which is also known as Pi Day. This information was released by GMT, which is the global time zone. On March 14th, at around 3:57 a.m. General Time, the penumbral eclipse will begin. This is similar to 11:57 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on March 13th, which is the date of the original eclipse. It is the outermost part of the shadow that is cast by the Earth that is referred to as the penumbra. A little darkening takes place as a consequence of the moon entering the penumbra of the Earth at this period of the moon's orbit. When seen with the naked eye, this fading is sometimes difficult to make out. When the moon starts to travel into the umbra, which is the deeper inner shadow of the Earth, the partial eclipse will begin at around 1:09 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This is the time when the moon will begin to move into the umbra. It will look as if a bite is being taken out of the moon disk because the shaded zone will appear to be much darker at this time. This is because of the fact that the atmosphere will be significantly darker. At 2:26 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, or 6:26 a.m. GMT, the totality phase comes into view. This phase is considered to be the most stunning of all the phases. Because of the way that sunlight is refracted through the atmosphere of Earth, the whole moon is now engulfed in the umbra of the planet, which causes it to glow with an unusual copper-red hue. There is no other way to explain this phenomenon. By the time it hits 3:31 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, this breathtaking spectacle will have lasted for an astounding 60 minutes. It is recommended that anyone who are interested in photographing the event make use of a camera that is placed on a tripod and set to long exposures that are several seconds long. Binoculars or a telescope are two tools that may be used to enhance one's perspective. As the moon begins to emerge from the umbra, the biting effect begins to become seen on the other side of the moon. At this point, the red hue starts to go away. The partial eclipse will come to an end at 4:47 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and the moon will once again be captured totally beneath the penumbra of the Earth. This will be the second time that this phenomenon has occurred. On the other side, this fading is not particularly obvious, just as it was when it was first seen. This stunning spectacle of the skies will come to a glorious finale at 6 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is equivalent to 10 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. The eclipse will finally come to an end totally at that time. In addition to the breathtaking eclipse happening soon, there's an exciting opportunity to spot two dazzling planets with the naked eye. If you turn your gaze westward, you might catch sight of the brilliant Jupiter and the striking Mars. Jupiter will begin to set about 2 hours after local midnight, just as the moon reaches the Earth's shadow during totality. Mars, following closely behind, will set a few hours later, nestled within the constellation Gemini. Keep your eyes peeled, though. Jupiter will be the first to dip below the horizon. But that's not all. Totality happens to coincide with the peak of the Gamma-Normids meteor shower, so if you're watching from South America, you might be lucky enough to catch a few shooting stars. Although this meteor shower is modest, it can produce up to 6 meteors in an hour, making it a rare and exciting event for skywatchers. Did you know? Every ellipse is followed by another, always in pairs. Just 2 weeks after the lunar eclipse on March 14th, we'll be treated to a partial solar eclipse on March 29th. This will be an impressive celestial show, with the moon covering up to 93% of the sun as it reaches its peak. The partial eclipse will begin at 4:51 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time and will last for more than 4 hours, visible from the Americas, parts of Western Russia, Europe, and Africa. Don't miss it. And for those who might have missed the March 14th lunar eclipse, don't worry. An even more spectacular total lunar eclipse is coming your way on September 7th, 2025. This will be the third eclipse of the year, and it's set to dazzle skywatchers across Africa, Oceania, Europe, and Asia. Starting at 4:27 p.m., GMT, this 3.5-hour event promises a stunning display, including a totality phase lasting an incredible 1 hour and 22 minutes. What's even more exciting? This eclipse happens just days after the moon reaches perigee, making it appear slightly smaller in the sky. So, if you thought the March eclipse was mesmerizing, wait until you see this one. It's going to be even more spectacular. So, as you prepare to gaze at the stars, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We'll keep you updated on all the amazing space events and celestial wonders heading your way. And, if you haven't already, make sure to check out our upcoming video, showcasing the 5 most stunning sights that will light up the night sky over the next few months. Trust me, you won't want to miss them. Happy stargazing!